Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind ya. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind ya. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is YSN Live for this 25th of November, 2025. It is the annual, well, technically it's not the day before Turkey Day, but it is the last show before Turkey Day, Thanksgiving show right here on YSN. DJ Yoakley, alongside the 8-time best-selling author, the world traveler, Grammy, Emmy Award winner, Nobel Peace Prize nominee, and he is the guy that carves the turkey at the dinner table at the Hartwig annual Thanksgiving feast. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Anthony Ronald Hartwig.
Only time all year I get to hold the knife.
For good reason. For many good reasons. They don't let you hold the knife, and I think we're all better for it. And how are you today, my friend?
I'm good. It's having a good morning. We got some stuff done and got some more stuff to do after the show. But yeah, we're having a good start to the day. Having a good start to the day. I know. Yeah, GSD.
You had a good start to the morning. I did not.
I know.
We'll get to that in a little bit. It has been, boy, I walked in and I just looked
noon
at my wife,
and it's already been a day.
It's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a week. And it's one of those things like you just, okay, all right, let's face this with a happy face and let's keep on going. So be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful out there, and certainly put your phones down when you're driving. That would go a long way into it. I'm uploading the photos so that way I can use it as my spark. So if you're intrigued, make sure you stick around for our spark today. We have a wonderful show for you today, one that you're not going to want to miss because we told you that we'd be better, and boy, are we better today. This is about as good as you're going to get for the next few days, by the way.
Right.
Because, there's no show tomorrow. There's no show on Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. There's no show on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So this is the best you're going to get until Monday. So you just better, man, it's like the last taste of a really good smoothie.
I was going to say pumpkin pie for the season, but smoothies work too.
I wasn't sure where you were going with the pumpkin thing. That's it. Yeah, let's go pumpkin pie. I mean, it's like that last. You got the perfect pumpkin pie piece, a little bit of crust. You've got a ton of whipped cream on. That's the perfect. So savor it, right? Save that best piece for last because we certainly did, and you're gonna have a ton of things to talk about between now and next Monday. And we will too. And we will rendezvous right here at noon next Monday. And we will talk about all the craziness that ensues during Thanksgiving, which is inevitable. Because, hey, let's be honest. all our families are crazy, right? It's
Yes.
it is
Love 'em to
literally
death.
everybody.
But they cray. They cray.
It's like that always that crazy uncle. I mean, now the commercials are pointing it out now. It's not just shows like the Everybody Loves Raymond 30th anniversary reunion last night was on in our house. I'm a huge Everybody Loves Raymond guy. So is my wife.
It's good.
Literally, the only time she laughs harder than when she laughs at my idiocracy is when she watches Everybody Loves Raymond.
I like
Because
that
he's in
CBS
cult.
with their sitcoms kind of cross universes. You know, you'd have Everybody Loves Raymond would get into King of Queens every now and then vice versa. So like they lived in the same universe. CBS was fun when they were able to do that.
It was like Avengers before Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it was. But I digress. Today on the show, technically, last night during an interview, I was able to interview Kyle Puckett and Drew Zajac, the two captains for the McDonald football team. They will be playing Hillsdale this Friday at New Philadelphia, correct?
Yes.
Yes. 7 p.m. Good news, bad news scenario here for us at YSN. Good news, we're happy for our teams. Bad news, Spectrum came in and trumped us again. Even though we just got this NFHS affiliate partnership, they're like, yeah, but Spectrum has the one seat. NFHS comes in, and then you guys. And I'm like, dude. Like we're geeked out of our minds about this NFHS thing. And then they're like, yeah.
And it lasts 1 week, and then it's like, well,
we try.
We'll be back. Basketball season back. But yeah, Spectrum took does not just those two, all 14 state semifinals. Spectrum blanketed them all. So if
There's
you're looking
nothing we
for
can
any
do.
broadcasts out there over the state, you're all going to Spectrum. There's nothing
Well,
else.
can you not go to OHSAA and get it? I believe you can.
Yeah, they'll sell you the Spectrum broadcast through their website,
which I will
it
do
costs
on
more.
Friday. I don't
course.
care at this point, dude.
What?
Listen, I don't care. Like whatever. Let's watch. I'm gonna get Mooney and McDonald on their own screens. Like I think that I'd love to have a what do we call that? Like a viewing party. Like I think that would be cool if it weren't the day after Thanksgiving. That's
right?
the caveat, because most of these restaurants and establishments are closed because of the holiday. So it's a little bit of a. Oh, Rob Johnson's having a conniption. Yeah, Rob's got crazy people. Rob is crazy himself, I think, a little bit. He's got a little bit of that wild man in him.
Can't. Wow, he's throwing shade at Spectrum too.
Yeah, I don't care. He's Rob Johnson. He can do what he wants.
I will tell you, the Hoban and Walsh game for the stream of Spectrum last week had some technical difficulties that people on X were not happy about. Every time I'd go to X to look for the score for our updates, there were at least 5 or 6 tweets that would be, hey, Spectrum, your stream isn't working, or your stream is stuck, or X, et cetera, et cetera. So fingers crossed they fixed it for this week. But we're not the only ones that get yelled at.
No, I mean, basically,
we're not the only ones.
Basically, there were 2 words to describe the Spectrum broadcast, and we've been there before. Hey, listen, we feel it. I feel it deep in the subcockles of my heart because we're there sometimes. I mean, I will never forget COVID for as long as I live, and the memes that they had for Steve Leslie are still some of the funniest yet hurtful things I've ever experienced in my life. But to sum up how people felt about some of the broadcasts last week, there's 2 words: ass and cheeks. And that was basically what it turned out to be. And sometimes your broadcasts are going to be ass or cheeks. And sometimes they are both. And boy, when you said that, it was last night, right? In the group chat, I went and looked at, they were not kind at all.
No.
people on Twitter are absolute savages.
Unhinged on Twitter.
They are wild men and women. It's funny to me from the standpoint of anytime it's your baby, right? Anytime they're talking about YSN, and there's a little bit of it's changed, and I think I've done better over the years. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not, and I'm not trying to make it about me. But when it's your baby that's getting made fun of and they're saying it's ugly,
right?
Them's fighting words sometimes. But if you're really creative about it, if you're really like borderline hilarious, like I'll give it to you. Like, okay, we've even given a refund because somebody's description of what happened was one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life. If you're gonna put the time and effort into it, and I laugh, yeah.
There you go, guys. If you want a refund, there's the key to do it.
If you make me laugh from that standpoint, you're going to, at very least, you're going to get a response. Most of the time, there's no response because it's just, boy, and like. I've even asked people from NFHS, like, who gets the emails? And they're like, oh, we don't even know. Like, that's how big the organization is. YSN, I can tell you who gets the emails. Because it's me. And
someone on the screen, and it ain't me.
Yeah. And like, sometimes it's just, oh, hey, we're thankful this time of year. We're thankful all year, but especially thankful this time of year. Boy, sometimes I'm thankful Brian gets to these before I do, because it is just I've learned things about myself that I didn't know. It's fun. It's fun from that standpoint sometimes. And then because people think I'm like the angry guy. No. The big fella that's on another call right now. He's the angry guy. I'm just the guy that, like, you get personal. Like, okay. All right. We do the best we can, but like nowadays, Ant, it's so fun.
DJ will expose you, but Brian will beat you up. So that those are the two things. DJ will use the mic to expose you hard.
Yeah, there's a pipe bomb 100% coming at you, but Brian will fight you. Like, he will stand outside of an athletics facility and wait for you to show up and just King Kong you. But people don't realize that, like, and he's not going to harm you. Like, it's not an actual, like, he's not going to do that. But, like,
metaphorically,
he is the Kung Fu Panda. There's no doubt. We have this interview. What a transition we have here, going from all of that to two of the most selfless players and on one of the most selfless teams that I can recall since 2017. I mean, when you think about McDonald, selfless is the word that I want to use and consistently use that. And we've done it throughout the year. You talk about guys that are willing to give up carries, catches, passing yards, any of that stuff in order to make sure that their team wins. And this is a special season for everybody involved, from the coaches to the players, to the cheerleaders, to the fans, to the district as a whole. And what I'm going to tell you is you've got two captains in Kyle Puckett and Drew Zajac that embody all of that. And I've always said, and I think you've kind of agreed since day one, that a coach, we talked to Cade Reynolds about it yesterday, a coach is is the top of the pyramid, and his team oftentimes, or her team, depending on the situation, will oftentimes reflect that of the character of the coach.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
McDonald's no different. Dan Williams, I mean, they said, I think 26th, 27th year at the helm. Dude's goated. He's absolutely done everything except win this elusive state title for McDonald, and to have the opportunity to do it here with this group of kids, I think is very special. On the 100th year, by the way, of McDonald football. So Had the chance to sit down with Kyle and Drew last night, and here it is. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another player profile right here on YSN. DJ Yokley with you. And boy, we got quite the tandem here tonight. And two guys that certainly have set the tone for everybody else, not only in the region, but perhaps the state. And two guys that I see as role models and opportunists for the future of football, not just here in the Valley, but around the nation. Boy, I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we got two of the members of the state semifinal team here this Friday from McDonald, Drew Zajac, and the other captain, Mr. Kyle Puckett. Boys, how are we?
Good, how are you?
You sound excited
I'm
to be
excited.
heading into a state semifinal. Talk to me, Drew, we'll start with you. As one of the two senior captains on this team, explain to me what this season has been like from the first game, all the summer workouts, all the way here. You guys are sitting in week 15 now.
It's been an honor. It's been a blessing. The good Lord has blessed us with such a close-knit group and a close-knit community. And really, it's been a ride. It's been a roller coaster. And, like we always say, I like to say, weather the storm. And, I feel like our team has done that throughout the whole entire year. And I couldn't be more proud of them.
Kyle, how about you?
Yeah, this team, very special team. We worked hard throughout the whole summer. Very tight-knit group. Like Drew said, weather the storm, and we're very blessed to be a part of this team.
You guys talk about weathering the storm. Talk to me about some of those storm clouds that you've had to go through the last 3 years. Maybe some of those ups and downs that you've had to battle through to become an undefeated team heading into week 15. That says a lot, especially in the 100th year of McDonald football. KP, we'll start with you first.
Yeah, obviously means a lot to us. We struggled a little bit, our freshman and sophomore year. But it's just the work in the off season that really set us apart. Obviously we're a tight-knit group, so the work at practice, the work in the gym in the off season, all that, we had to, the seniors, we all these talked about, we wanted to make a change, we wanted to make a difference. So just doing all those things, that's kind of how you do it. And we're blessed to be here, and that's kind of how we got here, just the off season work that we put in, and trusting each other and believing each other.
Drew?
I think Kyle couldn't have said it any better. We had a few rough years from freshman, sophomore, and then even a little bit of junior year. There was a lot of ups and downs during that. And, we've been fortunate enough this year that we haven't had that many injuries on the team. We did have Preston Van Meter go down. He's a huge, component to our team. But really just we've had to ride the roller coaster throughout, our whole entire high school career. And, the senior class, they've responded really well to it. We've had guys step up and, do different jobs, like linemen like Arthur Zaccone. He was a wide receiver his freshman year, and now all of a sudden he's a starting guard for us, and he's doing amazing. So I think as a team, we adapted well, and we've really just, rode that roller coaster of, the highs and the lows, and we've kind of stayed level-headed through it all.
I think one of the biggest things that impresses me and honestly inspires me is the fact that you guys are one of the most selfless teams out there. And not only are you still going, but you're still perfect. For you, what's an example of maybe why this team has been so successful through its selflessness here in 2025? We'll go, Drew, let's go with you first. Tough question to answer, I'm sure.
Well, we're a very competitive group, and all we really want to do is just win. So whether it's me getting the ball, whether it's Casey getting the ball, Josh, Jordy, Preston, even like Dominic Sampson, or, we just want to do our part. We want to do our part to, help propel the team to a win. And I think that's really, really, reason why, we have so much success. And like even with like the linemen, they're stepping up every single week. Games are really one in the trenches. If we get the ball, our skill guys are going to try to do our best, but really it's the linemen that really make it happen for us.
Kyle, for you, obviously as a quarterback, you've got to see selflessness on a different level. As you're the main distributor of the football, the pigskin, and we've seen you do it not only with your legs but with your arm. And boy, oh boy, do you have an IQ for the game of football. For you, what have you seen from your point of view, from your lens, if you will, about the selflessness of this team? Maybe the boys up front or the guys that are on the receiving end of those Kyle Puckett passes.
Yeah, no one really cares about, who gets the ball, who scores the touchdown. Everybody cares about, if we won the game. We talk about going 1-0. So, we talk about every week, do your part to go 1-0, whether, some weeks it's going to be more of a rushing attack. And, so our wide receivers and myself, but we accept that, Drew and Casey and, Preston and Dom and all those guys and Josh, they do a great job, and we lean on them. And then we have to be able to have them lean on us, when we need to pass the ball. So we all kind of lean on each other, and it's a very unselfish game. But all we care about is the win in the end, and going 1-0 every week, and just do your part to go 1-0. Whether it's we got to run the ball, whether we got to pass the ball, whether it's just me carrying out my fakes, if that's what I got to do, to win us the game, then that's what I got to do. But just do your part to win the game, I would say.
To do all this, guys, in the 100th year. I mean, we've already mentioned it, and I'm sure you've heard about it. This is a very special year in McDonald. This being one of the most magical rides McDonald has ever been on. What is it like for you guys? Have you really been able to encapsulate kind of the journey and the trip that you're on right now?
Am I going first?
Oh, I don't care. At this point, it's a free-for-all. Just start throwing haymakers here.
So I'll go first on this part. I actually had this question today in school. Our school secretary, she asked me today, she was like, great game, are you still like riding on a high? I'm like, for me as a player and like as a person, I don't really like to get, I like to stay more level-headed on things. So, like before games, I usually don't get, like Thursdays or like even like during school on Fridays, like I don't like to get too hype. I don't like to psych myself up. Obviously before the games, I like to get excited. But for me, like, and as a captain, I know that I have to do my part. I have to keep everybody in check, or try to keep everybody in check, because there's a few guys on our team that are a little bit hard to keep in check. But as a captain, I really just have to. I don't really have time to step back and reflect on what we've done as a team or as a group. For me, it's really just how can we take that next step and how can we get better as a team. So I think for me, it really hasn't set in for me. The only thing that has really set in for me was going 10-0 on the 100th year of McDonald football and us beating Ridge. So I think you couldn't have wrote a better story than that.
I was wondering if either one of you was going to bring up Ridge or not. Kyle, how about you? Have you had a chance to reflect on this?
Yeah, a little bit. It's weird because we're still playing, we're still in it. So like we obviously all celebrate after the game, we're excited, but then the next day we're already watching film, prepared for next week. So I don't think it hasn't like fully set in. Obviously 10-0, beating Ridge, that was a blast, but it was like then we kind of had that bye week, where we kind of were excited, but then and then it was like right back to work, going against JFK. And into the playoffs, because we knew that wasn't it. We didn't just want to end off on that note. So it's just taking the next step week by week. So I don't think it's really set in yet, but I think as a season, we got hopefully 2 more games. As the season come to an end, I think it'll more set in.
This is I think it's the first ever bye week opportunity in the playoffs. So you guys were awarded that opportunity, obviously going 10-0. What did you do on your bye week?
What did we do on our bye week? Well, we either had to play JFK or St. Paul.
Right.
So for our bye week, Coach Williams said, we were going to get off our legs a little bit, but I don't really know. We really did that. We still, practiced hard and watched film, and we kind of prepared for both teams. Because obviously we didn't know who we were going to play, because that Friday we were going to figure it out, but I don't know. It was just kind of not a funky week, but it was definitely something totally different because we haven't had that since, you know, 13 weeks prior to that.
Yeah,
So
ever, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we
I
did
mean,
go to we did go to Dave and Buster's as a team though. That was fun.
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
yeah, okay. So I was going to ask you, did you guys do any team bonding? So Dave and Buster's, talk to me about who had the most tickets at the end of the night.
Casey.
It was Casey.
Casey played like this fidget spinner one. He brought it all home.
I think he played one game the whole time.
Yeah, he played one game the whole entire time, and he won so many tickets from it.
Who was the worst at Dave and Buster's? Who had like no tickets at all?
Kyle, I'll let you say this one, and I'll back you up. Whoever you want to say.
I think that our kicker Anthony Larson. I don't think he had any tickets. I think he did terrible.
Yeah,
What
I don't think he did
play?
a whole lot.
I think he tried to play the basketball game, but I don't know if it worked out for him.
The Papa Shot?
Yeah. It was like basketball. It was like Connect Four and stuff.
Because you don't really get that many tickets from it, you know. You're just wasting you're wasting your points on that, and you're not going to get really any, value from it.
What was the strategy for you, Drew? What game caught your attention?
There was like this weird game. Me and Josh Crumpack and Tyler Black, we were playing for a little bit. It was like this weird game, but there was like high stakes like in it. It was like if you could knock off like a little hockey puck or something. I don't even know how to like explain it, but there was like the number of tickets on it, and that's the game that we were playing. So that was my strategy. And you have to wait a little bit longer because then those pucks that were already in there, they would come back. But that was my strategy. So I just sat there and wait the whole entire time.
Kyle, what about you? What games did you get caught up in?
I was a little more. I was playing skee ball most of the time, but I was playing these, other couple games that Drew was playing and stuff. But yeah, I was playing the one where you like got to push down and you got to get it on like 1,000 tickets. I think I won it one time, so I was playing all those games.
What did you end up taking home?
I think I had a voice changer, a rubber band gun, a whoopee cushion, one of those hand like slingshot things. Forget what else. There was like 2 other things, but I forget what they were.
Slimy hand thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Drew, how about you? What'd you take home?
I bought a like one of like those Minecraft pig plushies, and I got a bunch of warheads, like the sour candy, because I really like sour candy, and I bought like 7 sticky hands, and then I bought like maybe 8 Chinese finger traps.
Jeez, oh man! All of that accumulates to about $5.80. Real money.
We didn't pay for it though, so it was fine.
Yeah, it was all free. Hey, so
it was all free.
Yeah, all free for us.
Our boosters, like sideliners, they covered it all, and we got fed.
All right,
too,
boosters. So hey, shout out to the boosters for some free skee ball.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Those moments, right? You guys are seniors, you're captains. There's moments along the year that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. I mean, obviously, you're going to remember a lot on the field. But some of these things off the field, what do you think and what do you hope that you remember most about this particular team when it's all said and done? Hopefully in 2 weeks when you guys bring home some gold. Drew, we'll start with you.
For me, the winning isn't like the big part of it for me. Like obviously winning's fun, but for me, like just how close we are as a team. Like we hang out constantly after practice. So, there's always going to get something to eat after practice. So for me, I just, how close we are as a group. I think that really means more to me than really anything than, scoring touchdowns or winning games.
Kyle, how about you?
Yeah, I think kind of to piggyback off Drew, I think I'm more like, after the season's over, I'm obviously going to miss playing on Friday nights, but, the practices and the locker room talks after practices, and the kind of, the messing around, joking with the coaches and stuff like that. The little stuff that I think I'm going to miss the most after the season.
If you could win a championship for one person in the community, who would it be for and why? Kyle, we'll start with you.
Who probably Flipper. Probably he comes to our practices. He watches all of our he tries to come to most of the games. He's on a bike, so it's kind of hard sometimes, but he's always at our practices. He's always supporting us. So if I can win it for one person, it'd definitely be Flipper.
Drew?
Definitely Flipper. Flipper is our guy. He comes to every single one of our practices. Sometimes you can't see him though because he's always decked out in camo. But he's one of a kind, and we love him. So if we were to win it for one person, it'd definitely be Flipper.
So Notre Dame said win one for the Gipper. You're winning one for the Flipper, is what I'm hearing.
Yep,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Talk about, Coach Williams has been such just a historic piece of McDonald for such a long time. He has been a role model to so many young men along the way. What does Coach mean to you, Drew? We'll start with you.
He definitely knows football. He, has been doing this for how long? Like 26 years. He's been to the playoffs countless times, coached, I don't know, like 4 or 5 10-0 teams. So he definitely means a lot to us in the community, and the community definitely backs him a lot. So, he's just always someone that you could look to, and he, sometimes he'll throw out a funny joke here and there, and he'll make you laugh.
Dad jokes or just regular?
Just stupid jokes, like stuff that he'll say stuff that we don't even our big thing in our school is like the gravy train. Like, what is that? He said we're riding the gravy train. Like, we've never ever heard of that, and so he just says stupid stuff like that, or he's like, go put on your garb, and he says old sayings like no one even knows.
Coach, I know what it means. I appreciate it. These youngsters, they're 6'7", right? Kyle, what about you? What does Coach Williams mean to you?
It means a lot. Drew's laughing a little bit. He definitely means a lot to me. He's always got our backs. No matter what happens, and he's always at practice. Keeping us in check and keeping us together. He's a big part of the community, and he means a lot to our team. And realistically, it would mean a lot to us to to win a state title for him. He's never done it, so so we're gonna go out there and we're gonna we're gonna try to win this one for him, and we just gotta practice hard every day, and he keeps us in check, so he definitely means a lot to us in the community.
All right, last question for you guys. Kyle, we'll start with you. What would a championship mean to you in the McDonald community when you bring it home?
I think it would mean the world to us. I think that's something you'll never forget. We actually never won a championship. We have 3 state championships. None of them have been won on the actual field. It was an AP voting. So to be the first team in McDonald history to do that, we went twice, runner up 2 times. So to be the team that actually does it, I can't even put into words what it would mean to me. In the community. The community's already showed, so much support. I think, if you drive around McDonald right now, everybody's got blue lights all wrapped around their house. People are, got all these, people are really going all out for us, so I can't even put into words what it'd mean to us in the community.
Drew?
It mean a lot, definitely, to our community. I was talking to our, little ice cream shop owner in our village, Donnie Riccatelli. And he was saying how he sees so much of us and from their team, and it's just crazy because they ended up playing St. Henry in their state championship game. So definitely, if we could win this week and make it to the state championship, and Lord willing, play St. Henry, definitely, and Lord willing, win that maybe. It would mean so much to us, so much to the community. There's nothing much more than what you can ask for.
Shout out as well to the Village Creamery, the only spot in McDonald, and the best ice cream around. Gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out here. I know you guys got a ton on your plate this week. Best of luck. The entire community is behind you, the entire company, YSN, behind you guys. go out there and bring it home, both this week and next week, and we'll be here cheering for you, boys.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
See you, boys. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm good. I'm back. There you have it. Boy, oh boy. How can you not root for those guys? I mean, we've rooted for Drew Zajac for a very long time, basically since I met his family, and they've been. Drew was at a couple of Z's football games, and I know Z was pretty excited to have him there. But you look at Kyle Puckett, and you look at basically every face on this McDonald team, and I told you they want to win for each other. They don't care who gets the ball, they don't care who gets the score, they don't care who gets the tackle to stop. They just want to make sure that they're doing this together, and they're doing this for their community, because this is a magic ride that they're on right now. And Drew downplayed the winning side of things. Winning's fun, and to paraphrase what he said, but the ultimate goal is to hang out with his buddies and to do something special here, and to make some memories. So hey, kudos to the McDonald team on an incredible season thus far, heading into week 15. And I'm here to tell you, I think it's anybody's game. Hillsdale definitely a worthy opponent, but do not, and I've said this for weeks, do not count out McDonald and what these young men in this community is willing to do for them. I'm sure that New Philadelphia is going to be lit up in blue when it comes to Friday night at about 7:00.
And I'm not saying this as like shade deals. They have no idea what the mental makeup of their team is, but anytime you go to a state championship and you lose to a big monster like you did last year, if you're Hillsdale, they lost to Marion Local, in a really rough way. I think it was like 75-0. The next year, that Marion Local team loses. All of a sudden, your eyes get really big, and you start thinking, state championship is ours. Sometimes you forget about the semifinals. I think that happened to South Range softball a couple of years ago. Wheelersburg got beat before they even got to state. And they were all like, Wheelersburg was a team that South Range couldn't get by, and everyone's eyes got real big. And the semifinals, they ran into a team that just kind of caught them a little bit off guard. So you can't take the semifinals for granted when you see a team that's kind of been your bugaboo lose in the finals. And if McDonald can take advantage of that, if it happens, that could be a way to sneak in a win there.
I want to thank Drew and Kyle for their time last night, and certainly Jody Zajac, who set up the interview, Coach Williams, who allowed it to happen. I know that a lot of people get superstitious this time of year. If they haven't done anything all year, why are we doing it now? And I think one of my favorite things was hearing that, it has to be about the kids. It has to be about, the seniors, and to interview the two captains. And I mean, nowhere else are you going to get kind of the interviews that you get with us. And I'm not sitting there patting us on the back, but these are the kind of interviews that we enjoy. Like, what games do you play at Dave and Buster's? Who's the best? Who is the worst? What memories do you hope to create? That's the stuff that you can't get in a 10-second soundbite, right?
Winning it for Flipper.
Win it for Flipper, baby.
Win it for Flipper, baby.
And I think that's part of why I think these guys are special. I mean, obviously, there was some tongue-in-cheek stuff there, but they mean it. Like, I honestly do believe that if they win a state championship, given the trophy to Flipper, there's gonna be pictures. There's gonna be, in his camo, hopefully, as Drew Zajac. It's kind of hard to see him sometimes because he's always decked out in camo. But I mean, how can you not root for those guys? And that's why it's so tough to do what we do sometimes, because you build a relationship with these unbelievable kids in different districts. And yes, they have rivalries. We're rooting, literally, I'm going to tell the secret of the sauce. We root for everybody who is one of our YSN districts and players. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry if we're rooting for the same teams. That's just how, it is what it is. We just hope everybody had fun. Right?
Go team.
Go team. So thank you. Best of luck. And we want to wish, and I don't want Mooney to get lost in the sauce here, but we want to wish Mooney very, very well this week as well, because we won't have any more shows to talk about it. Really hoping that Mooney can get past Wheelersburg on their way to, inevitably, I think it's going to be Liberty Center. But here I am saying, well, you can't look past, the semifinal. Like, it's probably going to be Liberty Center. They're absolutely ridiculous.
But that's why they play the game.
That's why they play the game. That's why they sell tickets for $15 a piece at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. If we won't have any broadcasts this week, I will tell you that. Reason being, I think it's almost 3 hours to go to the Mooney game and an hour and a half to go to New Philly to get an audio game that, somebody might listen to go get the sponsorship all during Thanksgiving week is a little bit challenging.
I know we said that NFHS deal would take away the sponsorship, but that doesn't count if NFHS can't be there, which is they can't with Spectrum. So it's not like they can flip the bill for us. We'd still have to pay the OHSA for that broadcast. And unlike last week, even though we could do live audio, we probably, I assume, wouldn't be able to tape delay these ones because Spectrum has all video rights. Tape now. So
Spectrum has.
So there's really, it kind of cuts us off at the knees there.
Well, I will say this, though. There's one man that is willing to go, but he's going to be taking pictures. And that is Greg McAfee.
Bazillion clicks or bust.
But I believe it was a bazillion. I don't want to exaggerate.
Bazillion or bust.
Yeah, I don't want to exaggerate because we know people get pretty offended whenever we tell them our clicks and our views on our website, which... I don't know why my head just went to Tom Green right there. Do you remember Tom Green?
Yeah. Was it the Chad?
Daddy, would you like some sausage? I don't know why. That was what came to my head. Anyway, Greg McAfee is potentially going down to the McDonald game in New Philadelphia to take his world famous pictures and his collabs, and I don't even know what you call what he does, but he does it very well. I know that. But we're going to be there in some way, shape, or form. And if and when our teams make it to the state championship game, we will have an audio broadcast. We will make sure that we suit up a band of bandits to do that game live from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, because it's a little bit closer and it's not on a holiday week, which I've gone into heavy mode of why I think it's ridiculous that the OHSAA throws their birthday party on a holiday week and the day after a major holiday here in the United States of America. I digress. Saturdays are nice too, they're pretty decent. Let's play
you can't do that. Ohio State plays Michigan on Saturday. God forbid you play a football game on that day.
Okay.
Because people are mad about. I said that tongue in cheek because people are mad about YSU's game being at noon.
Can we talk about this all right? Hey, good luck, McDonald. Good luck, Mooney. We're with you. YSN's with you. Fly the flag, baby. Fly the Y. Let's talk about that real quick because we have a very important draft that we have to have here, Anthony. And it's not like, hey, you take a team, I take a team. We're going to have the Thanksgiving draft. And this isn't like you take potatoes and I can't have them. This is 5-1, worst to best. What's on your plate? So keep thinking about that. And I want you at home to think about that. Put it in the comments. Rank them 5-1. Rob Johnson, we know you're out there. 5-1. Put out there, worst to first, what's on your Thanksgiving? It's the draft time. We have a couple of YSN announcers who were kind enough to send over a video last night. So you will see this on Thanksgiving, but we're giving you a little sneak peek here. But before we get to that, let's talk about how crazy this whole thing is. Now, Ohio State and Michigan play at noon on Saturday. It's the game.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, and listen, I get it. There's a lot of people that want to watch this game. I was talking to Chris Sigler earlier. He has one thought, but he is a huge Ohio State fan. I am not. I don't not like Ohio State. I think it's silly that you can't do anything else at noon on Saturday because Ohio State Michigan is going on. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I didn't go there. 95% of this state did not go there. Why are we shutting everything down? And why do we get mad at people that want to keep on doing life in different things because they don't really care? So help me out with this one, Anthony. What's your stance on this? Why is it so frustrating? I get it might take fans out of the stands from YSU. However, I think it's going to be okay. I think we're all fine because, I mean, everybody's got one of these now, right? Am I crazy?
Right. Well,
by the way,
I'll say if you are a Youngstown State fan or especially an alumni that is interested in watching this playoff game and you decide not to go anyway because Ohio State Michigan is playing, shame on you. I'm not going to say no offense because I'm kind of trying to offend you a little bit, but if you really care about YSU football and you've been going there all season and you say, well, you know what, this game's at noon and Ohio State's playing Michigan, and especially if you're a YSU alum and you're doing that, yeah, I can't vibe with you on that one. It's kind of crazy now. Because one, there's a thing called DVR. I know it's crazy. I know people don't like it, but there's
some people call it TiVo. Apparently,
yeah,
I don't know.
you can record something and then watch it when you get home. It's, oh my gosh, I have to stay off social media and not get score updates. I know it's hard. It's possible. Trust me. I have missed a lot of games that I have recorded for our job, for whatever. Like, you record something, you get home, you watch it, and here's the great thing: you get to skip those commercials when you.
Ho ho ho! All right, that too far. Too far, Hartwig. Nobody does that on YSN. Nobody does that on YSN.
Nobody. 90% highlights and like 1% talking about the game you're watching on the halftime show. Don't have to watch that.
Man,
so yeah,
if
if you've been watching YSU football all year, if you're a YSU football fan and you back up your support because Ohio State and Michigan are playing at the same time, can't vibe with you on that one. You're a great person. I love you like Jesus would, but that decision, I'm not going to vibe with you on.
Why can't you watch them at the same time?
Oh, people, like, if you say watch the game on your phone, people are like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I have to have the big screen experience. I have to watch it on my 65-inch flat screen or it's just not worth it.
I mean,
we're privileged. We're blessed. It's a first world problem.
I don't want to break down any fourth walls here. Pardon me. I don't want to break down any fourth walls, but like, I don't know how a YSU attendance has been this year. So I'm probably speaking out of turn here, but like, I remember attendance issues for years with YSU.
The last time they made the playoffs and they had the home game, it was a embarrassing attendance in their home playoff game. And I think it was like the semifinals, like they win to go to the championship or something. And people just weren't there. I remember people being so upset about the attendance, and it wasn't during Ohio State, Michigan. So if they do have a bad attendance day, maybe Ohio State, Michigan will be a scapegoat, but there's also some attendance issues that YSU's been having for a very long time anyway.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm not watching the YSU game or the Ohio State game, but my son has a basketball tournament that day, and people are like real bummed out over it. What am I going to do? I would hope that you would support your son or daughter. Like, I listen, and I'm not making fun of whoever said that, but I mean, I don't know that I would ever be able to say that and look at my wife and be like, how did those
Hey.
words end up falling out of between my teeth? Like it's
I feel
you
like
support your kid.
I used to be like that sentiment where I would miss everything to watch my sport team, but like I was like 20, 21,
But
like
that's your whole world.
young and dumb.
That's it. You don't have any
And
responsibilities.
now it's like, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'll watch my game, but I don't have to watch it live. And if I don't watch it live, it's not like I'm terribly bummed. I remember a couple of years ago we were doing volleyball during the baseball playoffs the Royals were playing it, and like, hey, you know what? You tape it. It's
There's just this weird, and I don't understand it. And listen, I'm fully, because I once was that, like you just said, I was that rabid fan. I wasn't going to do anything at noon on Saturday. It was the game. But like, and then you grow up and you go, huh, like it was brought to my attention. Well, dude, you okay? Oh my God. I killed Anthony. It's one of those things I sit there and I wonder, why can't you support both? Most of these people aren't going to both games, obviously. They weren't going to in the first place. It was one of those situations, like it would be nice if the YSU game was at 4:00 or 5:00. But it's not. So life's tough. You got to make a choice. I would still probably, I'm going to have them both on my phone while I watch my son play basketball. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People are really upset about this. And it's guys that, well, they don't shut down Giant Eagle because the Steelers are playing. Like why are we shutting down establishments? Because it's Ohio State, Michigan. I don't even know the spread, but I imagine Ohio State is favored by double digits. I would imagine.
This is like the state of Ohio's Super Bowl.
Which is just stupid. I still it's 95% of you people did not go there. I get it. It's nobody does this for Ohio U. Like that's
no one cares.
That's
about
another
Ohio
team.
I don't think Ohio U alumni care about Ohio U.
No, and it's crazy. This is just crazy to me. I don't call me.
But look, I can't make that argument because I'm a fan of a school I didn't go to. So.
You're wearing it right now.
I don't necessarily adhere to the fact that you can't root for someone that you didn't go to, but at the same time, I'm not going to take it to a level where is Georgia Tech above everybody and everything in my life, and I probably wouldn't even if I went there, but it definitely that I didn't go there. I have emotional attachment to Tech because I have a lot of friends there, but I don't have a mutual life attachment to that school.
I would think, this is my reasoning, I would think there'd be more people supportive of YSU because you have probably a real chance of bumping into a Bo Brungard or a Tom Zach or even Doug Phillips, from that standpoint and saying, hey, I really love what you're doing. And it's making an immediate impact on our area. I say that being a guy that loves professional football, loves professional sports in general. But I also say that from a perspective of, I love what we do at YSN, love the platform that we bring, passionate about it. If I didn't even own it, I would still love it because you're talking to and you're bumping into people that you're watching on a stream or television. The odds of you bumping into Ohio, especially in today's day and age where you don't schedule them, it's very, very, very slim. Very slim. You know what I mean? We've had players go to Ohio State, which is awesome. But it's a situation where you're like, okay, listen, I root for Ohio State. I root for, if someone went to, and we have had players go to Michigan, I root for Michigan as long as they're on, from YSN schools.
Right.
But deep down, I went to Westminster or Ohio Northern. If you want to keep slicing that onion a little bit more, I'm going to root for Westminster without apologizing. And I know and you were the one that they actually brought up. That was the funny part. Well, Hartwig roots for every college. Well, Anthony knows people at every college, so that's why he does it. I don't know that he'd go out and buy a college garb of somewhere that he didn't know someone from, or he didn't go on campus and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I have Florida State stuff when we visit Florida State with YSU baseball. Same with LSU. Same with – it's just their mementos. I don't sit there and bleed it because when it came time to choose a college, you just went the other direction. I will die on this hill because I don't understand it at all. 0% understanding. Because people will be like, and it's like another state school. Like, I went to Kent State, but I'm the biggest Ohio State fan. Or I went to Penn State and I love Pitt. And I'm like,
that one doesn't get, like, when I was at YSU, the one thing that would really drive me crazy, when I saw people that were wearing schools that YSU plays, what are you, like a Cleveland State hoodie or a Northern Kentucky hoodie? I'm like, what are you? If you want Ohio State or do, like, they don't live in the same world. That's fine.
See yourself out.
But if you're wearing like a Cleveland State hoodie on YSU's campus as a YSU student, what are you doing?
Well, we've heard stories that people actually, like media members, have been kicked off of sidelines because they're wearing Ohio State stuff at Youngstown State University.
Right.
They're competing universities. It's like, wearing an NBC hat and you work for CBS or vice versa. Like, it's not a good idea. Like, just, hey, use your brain.
Right.
Like wearing a blue vest if you work at Target, not a good idea. But it's one of those things, like, people either don't think or they think, oh, well, they're not going to do anything to me. Well, yeah, see you later. Like, take off the hat or you're gone. And if you do it again, you will revoke your, because it's a privilege to be on the sidelines. It's a privilege to do, but like, people just, maybe you don't have anything else to wear. Okay, well then maybe you should find something that's neutral.
Right.
Don't wear
red. Just wear red.
Anthony, like, I could go round and round for days on this. I've asked everybody, and there's people that do it that I'm very close to, and I'm just like, okay, agree to disagree, because I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't get it. And especially after the way that they treat and continue to treat and have treated one of the greatest college football coaches from our area, I have zero loyalty to that particular institution. I don't hate them. That's the way you're going to treat our guy? Jim Tressel's my role model. Mm-hmm. You're going to treat our guy like that? Mm-hmm. I'm out, man. I'm out.
Obviously, the success has something to do with it. Like, no one would be fanatic about Ohio State if they were a mediocre program. Like, if they were like, no shade, if they were like a Purdue, like if they were that kind of football program where they never really won anything.
Brian Torner's going to kill you.
Did I?
Brian Torner.
I tried to pick someone that, like, I knew no one would do, but obviously Brian Torner.
Wrong again, Hartwig.
Wrong again.
All right, so we'll close the book on that. Here's where I want to get to. It's the draft, okay? And I know we're kind of going over time here. It is 1:00. I asked for, here we go. Welcome in Sam Torres. This is exactly, if you're from Ohio, you have one thing that we can do better on a national level than most everyone. Okay. I think Alabama would probably, Notre Dame would probably disagree. Arguably, Indiana is better as a collective than Ohio right now in the college ranks.
Not football, but when it comes to historicness. But Notre Dame, yes, I agree. Alabama,
Indiana
probably.
University, dude, right now.
Right now, they have a equal football team, but when you're talking about, like,
Notre Dame and Indiana is what I'm saying. Like, you've got two.
Oh, you meant the state.
What do we have?
Just Ohio State. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
We got Youngstown State too. Let's not forget. They could get the Natty. And this is what's gonna Anthony, this is another thing that's going to get me fired up because I'll tell you what, if these people, these same Ohio State fans or whatever they are sitting there pounding their chest and Ohio State somehow loses the first round and YSU continues to go, and then all of a sudden that block O becomes a Y, I'm going to lose my mind.
That little Simpsons meme where he goes into the bush and comes out with a different.
Ohio State is better than both of them.
Yeah, but not both of them put together.
Time
like
will
if they
tell.
had a super team.
Time will tell, right? Again, not rooting against them, certainly not rooting for them. Sam is an Ohio State lover. Mm-hmm. But most of it's because the Browns suck. Let's be honest. We're just going to be straight here. Like they're so rabid. I think in my mind, these Ohio State fans are so rabid because the professional teams absolutely stink.
Browns.
And you got the loser Cincinnati fans and the loser Cleveland fans that are like, we found a winner and we can unify and screw Pittsburgh, screw Pennsylvania. Okay. All right. Super. Great. Not even half. 3/4 of these people were calling for their coach's job. Literally.
Yeah, you're right. Ryan Day was on the hot seat not too long ago.
And if there's a lot of scumbaggery happening over in this neck of the woods.
Fair point. I love it. Fair. All right, let's get to some Thanksgiving. Let's get on track.
All right. Here it is. Okay, so we asked for the video from our announcers. So far, we've received 3. First being the great Gary Altizer. Secondly, Mike Mannion. And then third, we got Matt Romeo. So without further ado, we'll put these up.
My name's Gary, and my top 5 Thanksgiving foods are dark meat, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes and gravy, turkey skin, crunchy turkey skin, and pumpkin pie with extra whipped cream.
Okay, so there's Gary Altizer's top 5. We're going to go to Matt Romeo. Everybody loves Matt, the voice of so many teams this year. Here's Matt Romeo.
Hey, guys. Matt Romeo here. If I were to do a fantasy football draft from worst to first for my Thanksgiving dinner, it would start with cream of corn, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes with gravy, dark meat turkey, got to be dark meat, all alongside an ice-cold glass of Coca-Cola. And one thing that I'm thankful for this year is my family. My wife, Mandy, my daughter, Amelia, and my son, Matthew. And I'm thankful for all of you guys out there and my YSN fam. Thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Matt, and your lovely family, beautiful family. Interesting Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola at number 1, Anthony. Mm-hmm. Didn't see that coming. That was not on my bingo card. And now Mike Mannion, who, if you've never met Mike before, one of the most entertaining people I've ever encountered in my life. He was literally watching. Now, Gary Altizer and Mike Mannion are our native 49er fans. So they did this at like halftime of the game last night. And I only say that to set him up for this.
All right. Maybe I should change this jersey. DJ wants worst to first Thanksgiving draft for food. I would love if this isn't for food and I do this wrong, but Brock Purdy just threw another pick. Okay, so I'm a little outside the box. I'm a little different than other people's lists, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Could be the same. Worst to first, 5 to 1. 3 things you're not going to see on my list. Turkey. Overrated. Love it leftover, but I gotta douse it in leftover gravy that's coagulated like a candle or mayo on a sandwich. Cranberry sauce. Get out. green bean casserole. I just haven't had any that doesn't have like mushroom, cream of mushroom. No. Take a lap. Number 5 in my draft, deviled eggs. Love them. They're great. They're deviled eggs. Yeah, they're an appetizer. They're deviled eggs. Number 5. Number 4, pumpkin pie. You didn't say we couldn't name desserts, so I better hope not. By the way this list goes, I like pumpkin pie. Good traditional dessert. As long as it's made well. And yeah, I gotta put whipped cream on it, but still, pumpkin pie. Number 3, mashed potatoes. Right? It's your offensive line. Okay? Goes good with everything. You get a little bite of this, a little bite of that. Helps the turkey. Helps me get through the meal with the turkey. Gravy. Gravy's the 10 out of 10 on the list. That ain't whatever. Number 2, dressing, stuffing. Dressing, stuffing. I prefer it not in the bird, so I guess that's technically called dressing if it's not stuffed in the bird, but we'll still call it stuffing. So dressings, number 2. Again, really good with or without the gravy, which I think is what tips it for me. The reason why it's not number 1, it's not fantastic leftover. But, you know what? And my number 1, we'll give like an asterisk on this one. My wife makes apple crisp. Killer. Apple pie, apple crisp. That's me. Apple pie, apple crisp. I'm a sweets guy. You know, it's good leftover. It's good right now. Johnny, make me some apple crisp. It's great. Okay? No turkey, no cranberry sauce. Yeah, I understand that you have to have turkey on the plate. I get it. I get it's got to be on the table. We're making a bird. We're brining it. We go the full 9. I think it's an overrated bird. Give me ham all day. Give me steak. And what am I thankful for? My family. You know, a lot of people, this day and age especially, feel like it all comes down to the man keeping everything together in the house. And we are a cohesive unit. And I lean on my wife an awful lot. It's a crazy household. It has been a crazy year for this family. And I wouldn't be anywhere without all of them, especially her. So that's what the Mannion household is thankful for as a whole, is each other. So you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Go Rams. Go Niners. Interception.
I love that guy.
Mike Mannion is awesome. He is a national treasure and should be protected. It might just be a Ridge thing, right? You've got Mannion and Hake in the same neighborhood. Boy, Mineral Ridge needs to be preserved, whatever it is. All right, Anthony. So
I was just trying to figure out whose jersey he was 13 for. It looked like a 13.
It's Brock Purdy.
He's 13. I thought he was 12.
He's 13.
Oh well, I'm messed up. It also threw me off because it wasn't they don't use those little circle numbers anymore. They have the more like the block numbers now. So I was like, oh, I guess it's a throwback jersey with Brock. Okay, I got it.
Well, that's their color rush or whatever,
right?
Their rival uniform, which is sick. But their best jerseys are the shadow numbers by far.
Oh yeah,
the
absolutely.
Greatest
from the 90s.
All right, Anthony, what is your top 5 to 1, and what are you thankful for this year?
All right, so everyone knows my palate is not the most adult palate out there. I will be made fun of for my food tastes at end. I've accepted it. It's going to happen. So do that as you will. Number 5, I'm going to go the dessert. Pumpkin pie is good. I like it. I eat it. It's not my favorite dessert, but it's definitely good for the season, right? So you got to have pumpkin pie with Thanksgiving. There you go. My 4-1, well, I'm not a huge vegetable person. I'm more of a fruits person. I like a lot of fruits, don't like a lot of vegetables, but vegetables is kind of with Thanksgiving. I like a good green bean. Good green beans in there. Douse them with butter because, you know, why make it healthy, right? But green beans and like all the buttery green beans are really good. Not green bean casserole. No, none of that. I'm with Mike Mannion there. I don't want my green beans with cream of mushroom or anything like that. That's not on my thing. But green beans are good. Green beans are good. The 3, I will go mac and cheese. I am a good mac and cheese person. My opinion, Stouffer's is the best, but you can't really mess up mac and cheese. So I am a mac and cheese is number 3. Number 2, I'm going to go with my turkey. It's one of my favorite meats. So turkey is good. Caveat, it can be cooked wrong. If it's a dry turkey, it's hard to get through because I don't like gravy. So turkey, but if you mess it up, you mess it up. And then 1, I am mashed potatoes. I could eat mashed potatoes every day. I love mashed potatoes. I like potatoes in almost every form. Mashed potatoes are my favorite, but like baked potatoes are good. Mashed potatoes are good, obviously. Lots of butter, whip it up, and make it a nice whipped mashed potato. That's good for me. So those are my top 5. What I'm thankful for, of course, family. Love my family. I don't get to see them too often because a lot of them live out of state. My dad's side has a good cluster here, but even then, there's a lot of people that live on his side in Florida. There's Chicago, and then obviously all my mom's side almost lives in Kansas City or Atlanta. Those are kind of where they're split. So don't get to see family too often, but most of them on my dad's side do come in for Thanksgiving. So love to see them during the holidays because like when you have family that you don't get to see too much, it almost makes it even better when you do get to see them. It's really hard to take them for granted when they're not right there all the time. And then, of course, my immediate family, I could not do life without my mom, my dad, and my brothers. So, of course, them safety right now because it's a stressful time. We had a car accident a couple weeks ago. Anytime you're in one of those, you feel like you're inches away from it being a lot worse, and you're just kind of one of those things where you're so thankful that you're able to, of course, go through the stress. Sometimes pressure is a privilege, right? So because you're not severely hurt, so you're kind of thankful that you're able to deal with the things that you have to deal with, but not the ones that you could have to deal with in that situation. And I'm thankful for all the YSN family we have, whether it be the players out there that we've built relationships with, the families, the parents that we've built relationships with, or the coworkers that we, of course, go to war with every day. This is year eight for YSN for me, and I'm so thankful that I found this job. I'm so thankful that DJ came to Wendy's on the YSU campus randomly to meet some guy that he didn't know was in a wheelchair, and took a chance on a guy that was in a wheelchair and said we're gonna do a lot of good things with you, and kept letting me grow and kept saying, hey, maybe we could push you this way, maybe we should put you outside of your comfort zone. And I probably argued it for a little bit at first, and he kept pushing, and here we are now as year 8 and keep growing. So I'm thankful for everything I have, and I'm especially thankful for the job that I have too.
Nice job, nicely done. 0 color palette on any of your top 5.
Got green beans as the color. Got some
green and brown, man. Green and brown.
Yellow for mac and cheese.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, you did better than I thought you would. I'm not gonna lie.
Pumpkin pie's orange.
Pumpkin pie's brown.
Orange is brown. I don't know. Whipped cream makes it white. Maybe you mix a little whipped cream in there, makes it brighter.
I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job. I was expecting mashed potatoes 5 through 1. That's what I was. I was waiting for it. Just mashed potatoes, like Bubba Gump style. Like,
give me the potatoes.
Shrimp chicken, shrimp Creole, shrimp. Whatever. I just figured it was going to be potato. All right, 5. My top 5. I love green bean casserole. I do. I'm all in on the cream of mushroom soup. I'm all about it. Love it. I think my wife still is the greatest cook of all time, and she does everything incredibly well. I'm very fortunate. I'm also not skinny because my wife is such a good cook. So that is number 5. Number 4 is going to be the mashed potatoes because I don't think you can get mashed potatoes wrong, but they are a staple of the Thanksgiving plate. Has to be with gravy. I like Bob Evans is my favorite. The biggest one is It comes in the black tray or whatever, but you can have the garlic potatoes. You can have the cheesy potatoes. You can have, I mean, just potatoes in any form. That's number 4. Number 3 is interesting because maybe the most controversial pick on my board. And it's the roll. It's the roll or the bread, whatever you have, right? Because the bread, I mean, I know, well, carbohydrates. Like, here's the thing. A good roll or a good croissant or a good whatever that is, right? It's an easy grab because you can be munching on that while they're passing everything around the table. So it is a mobile unit that gets the job done. And it also can serve as a little bit of a little stuffer, right? I'm going to go, and I've got a 1, kind of like 1A, and I'm cheating because I'm allowed to. 2 is going to be, I'm at 2, right? Yeah.
Yep.
2 is going to be the cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce, dude. I love it. I don't care if it's in the jelly can. I don't care. Well, I prefer it, again, when my wife makes it, like, because she does over the stove with the real cranberries. It's all kind of chunky. Man, it's so good because to me, it lets everything kind of, I'm a put everything together kind of guy. Like, I put it on my turkey. If it touches my potatoes, I'm all in on it. Like, oh yeah, now my potatoes taste like cranberry sauce. I'm in. I know people get grossed out by that and they do like the portions. Not me. It's all going the same place, baby. Down the hatch. Number 1 is going to be the turkey, and only because we do the deep fried turkey, but we do the injectable in the turkey, so it tastes like whatever we want it to taste like. So last year it was like hot sauce, like Frank's kind of deal. Year before that it was like buttery, kind of. I mean, it's so good. So we throw it in the fryer. Boom, she comes out. My mouth's watering. That's why I can't. I'm trying to not just drool right out of it. But I'm going to tell you, dude, it is so good. I love the turkey like that. I've always been a turkey fan. So, yeah, and because the sandwiches the next day or days to come, the best part of it, cold turkey sandwiches, lights out. Here's the one that I'm most excited about. My aunt, who we do Thanksgiving with every year, gave the proper, I guess she's busy. She's had a year. She put my wife in charge of this thing. It's called Hunklik, and it has been in my family for a very, very long time. It is a German dessert. So it's like crust, and then there's like some kind of, I don't even know what it is. It's like a topping, but there's cherries on it, and it's kind of like a cream cheese topping with the cherries. It's been so good. I've loved it since I was a little boy, and my wife is taking her first crack at it this year. I am so excited. Again, for those of you just tuning in, my wife is an unbelievable cook across the board. And if anybody ever said anything, you might as well just slap me in the face if you tell me my wife is not, because those are fighting words in my house. It's incredible. And it doesn't sound good, I'm sure, to most people. It is your favorite color, beige, with just cherries in it. So you might be able to do it, Aunt. I'm so excited. And one of the reasons I'm so excited is because it means so much to me, because it came from my dad's side. They gave it to my aunt, who kind of pieced it together to make it back to the original, because there was like missing ingredients. She was able to do it, and she knew how much I loved it. So she gave it to my wife, Sarah, to do. And I'm so excited to continue, because what I am thankful for most is the opportunity to be dad, the opportunity to be husband, the opportunity to be whatever I am to everybody, right? And to have them in my life. My family, my Aunt Jen, who even though we had Cade on earlier, that's the family that's tied together between Cade Reynolds and myself, is my Aunt Jen Yoakley. Because I love spending time with family, because here's what I'm going to tell you, and it's one of the hardest things to explain to someone who hasn't gone through it is there will be a day that all you will have are the memories that you create on these awesome holidays. And you'll wake up and you'll go through the motions and you'll try to stay with the traditions. And there will be, those memories will be all you have, because there's going to be empty chairs around the dinner table of people who once sat there. And it's one of the hardest things and hardest times of the year for people to go through. So if you know someone who's dealing with loss, no matter how long ago it was, please approach it with grace and appreciation, because you'd hope that they will someday do the same for you when you go through it. It's not easy, but it is part of life. And what I can tell you is love the hell out of the people that are around you now. Appreciate the time, appreciate the opportunity, appreciate the togetherness, appreciate the food, and just create great memories. Just like we were talking about with McDonald today. What are some of your favorite memories? I think the holidays are easy to create these memories. And at one point, these memories are all you're going to have. So take the picture, eat the pie, make sure that you're just loving everybody. Give them a hug. Even if you don't like them, just know that you love them, and appreciate the time that you spend together, because we're all limited on the time that we spend on this earth. So on behalf of all of us here at YSN, we wish you a happy, happy, happy Thanksgiving. We hope you get to spend time with the people that you love, and the place that you love, and create those wonderful memories off the gridiron, off the field, off the court, with each other. And we will be right here with you, right back where we started on Monday, right here on YSN Live. On behalf of all of us at YSN, happy Thanksgiving. We love you. We'll see you on Monday. Anthony, we'll be better on Monday, I think. But it's going to take a while. It's going to take a few days to get better. But as we always say, Mr. Hartwig, may the sports be with you.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.